Hello, welcome to sunny College of the Atlantic in Bar Harbor, Maine. My name is Lucy. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm in my senior year at College of the Atlantic. Behind the camera here, we have Malik, who's also a student at College of the Atlantic. I myself, I'm from the west coast of Canada, and so I didn't get a chance to come and tour campus, and I hope this video provides a good sense of the campus, of the place, for anyone who can't make it here in person. All right, so right now we're standing here on the Red Bricks. This is kind of the central gathering place on campus. This is where people eat outside when the weather is nice because our dining hall is right over here. And we also have like samba percussion class perform out here sometimes. And it's a place where a lot of people gather in the middle of campus. Next, we'll be heading into the dining hall, which we call Take a Break. And I'll show you a little bit about where we get our food at TOA. So this is our dining hall, which we call TAB, and stands for Take a Break. Usually during meal times, this place is full and bustling with students. People will meet with their professors, and staff will also eat here in the dining hall. So it's a place where a lot of people come together for meals every day. Over here, I'll show you where people get served. So this is where everybody lines up to get their food. It's kind of a buffet system. We have a lot of students who work in the dining hall as well, so they'll be serving their meals. Lots of great vegan and vegetarian options, and the staff really get to know all the students here. On this board here, we have a list of the ingredients in the food and which ingredients are local. A lot of our ingredients come from the 2 different farms at TOA, so those will be listed on the board here. All right, so here I am in front of Gates, which is our auditorium. In here, we have our all-college meetings. We also have big school events, such as the Culture Week, the Spanish Festival, the Fermentation Fair, which is a class that happens at TOA and has a fair in here. So this is also a classroom space for a lot of performance classes such as dance, theater, and music. We'll head inside and check it out. So here I am in Gates. This is our auditorium and our performance area. Over there is the stage where we have all of our events that happen. And behind that, up there, we have practice rooms for and a recording studio for the music classes. As I mentioned, events also happen in here, our all-college meeting. And in the wintertime, we have an event called the Aurora Borealis, which is nice, like a dance party that happens in Gates. Yeah. Next, we'll be heading over to CHE, which is the Center for Human Ecology, our main academic building on campus. So here we are in front of CHE, the Center for Human Ecology. This building was finished in 2021, which is the same year I started here at TOA. And this is where we have a lot of our classes, a lot of different science, arts, and human studies classes. So before we head inside, I just wanted to point out these beautiful glass windows, which are bird safe glass. Those were actually part of the governance process at TOA. The architect came to campus and students contributed their perspectives on how they wanted the building to look, and they wanted to make sure that the glass windows were bird safe glass. So they have actually a really cool little webbed pattern on them if you look closely. All right, now we can head inside. All right, so we are on the 2nd floor of CHE, and in here on this side you can see some of the classrooms, and then on this side here of the hallway we have faculty offices where students can meet during office hours. On the walls on the side here we can see student artwork. We're actually preparing for the upcoming art crawl, so there's not a lot on the walls right now, but at the end of term we always have a display of all the work from students. And now is my favorite part of tours. This is our gender neutral bathroom, and it has the best view on campus. We're going to take a look out this window here. And today is a gorgeous windy day out in the Frenchman Bay. So out here you can see Bar Island and the Frenchman Bay there. And you can still see through the trees. We have our dock and pier out there. So that's where a lot of the boats from the college are launched. And that's where we always depart, going off campus to the 2 research islands. So this is our greenhouse on campus, and this also serves as a nursery. And a lot of classes will utilize this space, like the Gardens and Greenhouses class, the botany classes. It's also just a really nice space to come when there's like a rainstorm or it's really cold outside. It's nice and cozy in here. So now we'll head outside and we'll pass by the community garden on our way to the other end of campus to see the more residential side. Look at these beautiful leaves out here. I love it. It's beautiful. I can't help it. So I'm just standing in front of the community garden here. This is a space open to all staff, faculty, and students, and a lot of people will take little plots in here and grow their own stuff on their free time as side projects. And behind me here, we have our Studio 5 and 6 and our ceramic studio, as well as the Buildings and Grounds headquarters. We have a lot of students that work for Buildings and Grounds. They rake the leaves in the fall, shovel the snow in the winter, etc. So we're here in the ceramic studio at CUA. I just wanted to show this space because it's a super cozy art space on campus. And back here we have some students who are working on their projects right now. Next stop, we'll head over to the whale skull, which is right at the entrance of campus. So I'm standing here in front of the whale skull at College of the Atlantic, which is an iconic part of campus. It's right at the entrance to our college, and it's where a lot of vans going on field trips will depart. So it's a common saying at CUA, meet me at the whale skull. It's where a lot of people meet. And this whale skull here is actually a finback whale that washed up in the late 1980s. It died from a collision with a ship, and the rearticulation of the skeleton was a project of Dandin Danto. It was his independent study while he was a student here taking classes at the Dorr Museum as well. So over here, we have the Dorr Museum. This is a museum which is entirely made by students. All of the exhibits were put on by students, and it's free and open to the public. There's also a classroom in here where students can study and taxidermy class where you can learn the whole process of taxidermy. So very cool place to check out. Our next stop, we'll be heading over to the residential side of campus. So I'll be taking you past our field and down to the residences. So over here is our field on campus. Here students will play ultimate frisbee, volleyball, and in the winter time we set up a skating rink here so students can actually take skates from the school and skate around on the field here when it's cold. All right, so let's head into the residential section of campus. So I'm standing here in front of Blair Tyson, which is one of our residences. This one is home to about 56 students, and we'll stop in here and just check out the courtyard in between the buildings. So BT is where I live on campus, and this place is divided into 7 different sections, and each section is home to 8 students. So there's a kitchen and common area shared between those 8, and we have about half double and half single rooms here. So next, I'm standing in front of Collins House, which is the newest residential building on campus. It's home to about 46 students on the 2nd and 3rd floors, and the 1st floor is common area and kitchen. Next, we'll be heading into the village, which is our last section of the residential housing. Before we head into the village, I also wanted to show Peach House, which is one of our little cottages on campus. This house is for 8 students to live in as well, but they get their own little house to live in. So now we're here in the Davis Village. This is one of my favorite places on campus. It's a super cozy area. All of these little houses here are also 8-person units, half double, half single rooms. And that house over there with the 3 windows on top was my room in my first year at COA. It was a double room. All of the rooms on the other side of the buildings get ocean views, so that's really nice for them. And we also have Seafox here, which is house for 30 students on campus. So here's a closer look at Seafox, our seaside mansion, which is home to 30 students, with the ocean just across there. So there you can see some solar panels on the roof, #1 green college in the United States. And we'll be heading over to Deering here, which is our student life building, and we'll take a look inside. So this is Deering, our student life building, very conveniently located. Everything on campus is kind of 5 minutes walk from each other. We'll go inside here and see the place where students hang out and the nice views. So this area here is where a lot of students will study and hang out in between classes. In this room we have a fireplace, and over here we have the Sea Urchin Cafe, which is where students will come for snacks during lunchtime and in the evenings. So this is another student hangout spot in Deering, and upstairs in our student life building we have all of our student services. So the international student services, our counseling and mental health services, and then in this building we also have our nurse's office. Right, so our next stop will be Turrets, which is our administrative building, and there are some classrooms as well. So this is Turrets, it's our administrative building, and there's a few classrooms in here as well. It was built in 1895, so it's pretty much the oldest building on campus. So fun fact about Turrets, it was built with granite sourced around Eagle Lake here on Mount Desert Island. And upstairs we have the academic affairs offices and the president's office, as well as our media team and different administrative offices. And we'll check out the classrooms on the ground floor. So here in Turrets, we also have open mic nights, which are organized by students in this space. And on either side here, we have 2 classrooms. All right, so now we're going to head down to one of the most beautiful parts of campus, the pier and dock. So we'll head down this pathway here. So it's a very windy day down here at the pier. We're not going to go all the way out to the dock, but I wanted to point out this place is a really nice spot. Students love to come out here and hang out, and it's where all of the boats on campus will be parked. They utilize them for classes, and in the fall we also have a sailing program that goes out here into the Frenchman Bay. So these are some of the kayaks that belong to the outing program at CUA, and students can also take these out and use them for outing programs. So our last stop on the tour will be going up to the library over there and seeing what it looks like on the inside. So in here we have our community fridge and free box, which are free resources for the community where we get food and people donate like leftover clothes and things from their dorm rooms as well. So we're back on the red bricks again, and we'll be heading upstairs to check out the library. Okay, so here we are in the library. This is the main entrance. Over here we have the front desk, and we have work-study students who also work here. This is where a lot of students can get their printing done if they need. And we'll be heading into the Whisper Room, which is where a lot of students like to study. So now we're in the Whisper Room. There are some students around us studying right now. The lighting is really nice in this place. This is where a lot of people like to hang out as well. And then behind me here, we have the stacks. So all the way back to the building, we have shelves full of all of the books, and at the back, we have the archives there as well. So we'll also head out onto the deck over here. We have a really nice balcony with a great view outside. So this marks the end of the tour. I hope it was very helpful to see different buildings around campus, and I hope that you might make it here in person one day to see the campus yourself. Thank you so much for watching all the way through.